Electronic Arts has officially changed its soccer video game series' name from EA Sports FIFA to EA Sports FC, marking the end of a partnership that was brokered over a dinner in Switzerland. Despite FIFA only bringing clout to the table, the deal between the two had been extended 3 times, before eventually ending up in a divorce. Watch on to learn more about the lovers' quarrel. First up, a decade-long partnership joins the rubble. After almost 3 decades, one of the most successful commercial relationships in sports has reached its demise. From 1993 to 2022, Electronic Arts and football's governing body FIFA mutually benefited from their arrangement, making a total revenue of $20 billion. But they found they could not see eye to eye any longer. EA Sports says that although it will continue producing football video games from 2023 onwards, they will no longer carry the FIFA title and will instead come under a new banner, EA Sports FC. FIFA claims that it will start producing its own rival video game series and that the FIFA name is the only original title. Careful there, such big statements are nothing without action to support them. The partnership between the two was to end after the World Cup in Qatar, but the deal has been updated to last till the Women's World Cup next summer. This year's edition, FIFA 23, will be the final FIFA release and will be up for sale in autumn of 2022. This game will feature the women's and the men's FIFA World Cup competitions, the first time these two have been included in one edition. It will also include more game modes, features, teams, players, and competitions than any of the previous FIFA games. So, what led to the relationship ending in a breakup? Under the licensing agreement that EA Sports had agreed to with FIFA a decade ago, there were restrictions that didn't allow the video game publisher to experiment and invest in certain spaces that would allow a better experience for players. David Jackson, vice president of EA Sports, said that they believe it's time for the studio to change its direction and to go on newer ventures to create a brand for the future. They hope to innovate and evolve their current video games for their loyal customers. Although they provide no further details as to what they have planned, it's easy to assume that these, quote, newer experiences would include Fortnite-style live in-game events and a wider range of branded in-game items, to name a few. According to EA Sports, at the moment they rely on play as the primary form of interactive experience, but in the future they'd like to introduce platforms where fans can watch and create content. But is there more? Electronic Arts made its last licensing deal with FIFA in 2013 and has not renewed it since soccer's governing body demanded more than $1 billion per the 4-year World Cup cycle for the video game publisher to continue using its licensing on future products. Months of tight negotiations between FIFA and the video game creator ended without any compromise, and they decided it was best to not extend their partnership. FIFA was hoping, rather irrationally, to double the profit of $150 million it gets from EA Sports yearly, while also not budging on its decision to not include non-FIFA partner companies' advertisements in the video games. And for what? The clout their brand name provided? EA Sports knew it no longer needed the brand's name to retain its profits. Obviously, they wouldn't agree to another compromise. And now, is Electronic Arts at loss? Once the Women's World Cup is over, the 150 million FIFA video gamers would have to get used to a new banner for their video game series, EA Sports FC. This move is a 50-50 for EA. They either lose their customers or increase their sales as a result of the newer features that they hope to add. But will parting ways with its partner company, with which Electronic Arts' major revenue was closely tied, really make such a difference? The gaming giant assures its players that although the series will have a new name, everything else they love about it will remain the same. This includes the modes, leagues, clubs, tournaments, and athletes. According to Electronic Arts, Ultimate Team, Career Mode, Pro Clubs, and Volta Football will all be there. Our portfolio of more than 19,000 plus players, 700 plus teams, 100 plus stadiums, and 30 leagues that we've continued to invest in for decades will still be there, uniquely in EA Sports FC. EA has the perfect platform to try some in-game experiences that are not football. Most of the game's mechanisms and modes will remain the same. However, the World Cup itself will not be a part of the series any longer. But as it seems, the FIFA brand is no longer vital for the awareness and marketing of their video games. Next, smiling through the pain. Is there hope for FIFA to recover? FIFA had the benefit of not only obtaining that exposure, but also being associated with one of the world's most popular video game franchises, and being paid well for it. It now appears that it has lost this privileged position because it exaggerated the value of its brand to EA, which had become the dominant partner in the alliance. EA Sports has all the technology, the resources, and experience in the implementation of a great soccer game, so it will continue doing great. But what does FIFA have besides its name? This decision has cost FIFA the best partner they could find at present, because Electronic Arts has no other rivals of the same level. And now it must find an alternative video game producer to save itself from the financial shortcomings that await it. FIFA published a long statement on its website revealing that it will launch new football video games together with a a range of third-party studios, creators, and publishers. Although the video games that will be released this year are not simulation-based, FIFA assures its fans that 2024 will see a major FIFA simulation game with a twist. The non-simulation games will be casual mobile games and could prove to be a great business model, attracting a broader range of players, including casual players. The sensible move for FIFA would be to partner with a developer like 2K, because its parent brand, Take-Two, described FIFA as a great brand with great popularity and hinted at wanting to collaborate with it. Time for some other related news. Women referees for a men's World Cup series. Is this a dream? No, it turns out it is in fact not a dream. This World Cup, which is to be held in Qatar, will indeed see female referees on the field. A list of referees has been put up by FIFA, which includes women like Stephanie Frappart from France, Salima Mukansanga from Rwanda, and Yoshimi Yamashita from Japan, along with 33 other match referees. Nusa Bach, Karen Diaz-Medina, and Catherine Nesbitt have been included in the 69 assistant referees. FIFA says that they began this process of bringing equality to the stadium several years back with the deployment of female referees at FIFA's men's, junior, and senior tournaments, and are happy to announce that they have finally reached the aim that they hoped to. The heads at FIFA wish that someday the news of female inclusion in men's games is seen as normal and not something that makes the headlines. All match officials for the finals will participate in early summer seminars in Asunción, Madrid, and Doha for training and briefing to ensure this World Cup runs smoothly. Human rights organizations demand compensation from FIFA. Human rights organizations like Amnesty International are demanding that FIFA provide $440 million as a remedy for the thousands of migrant workers whose human rights have been violated in Qatar during preparations for this year's World Cup. Amnesty International and a collection of human rights organizations and unions pushed FIFA President Gianni Infantino to collaborate with Qatar to develop a thorough rehabilitation plan. They should not only compensate for all labor violations relating to the tournament's hosting in Qatar, but they must also ensure that violations do not occur again, both in Qatar and in future events. Under international law and FIFA's own rules, both Qatar and FIFA have legal requirements to eliminate human rights violations and compensate victims. A lot is at stake, including FIFA's reputation, as the world awaits FIFA's response. FIFA issues Qatar a warning. A survey showed that 3 of the 69 hotels on FIFA's official list of recommended accommodations will deny entry to same-sex couples. 20 other hotels would accommodate them as long as they did not publicly show that they were gay, and 33 hotels had no problem with booking same-sex couples. Once FIFA was made aware of the news, it contacted the Supreme Committee for Delivery and Legacy and promises to ensure all the recommended hotels will follow the strict criteria set by the body regarding welcoming guests in a non-discriminatory way. Contracts of any hotel or service provider found violating the requirements set by FIFA will be terminated. It is important to note that homosexuality is illegal in Qatar, but the Supreme Committee has ensured that all guests will be treated equally for the duration of the tournament, so everyone enjoys the FIFA experience. And that's a wrap for this video. What do you think about the news? Does FIFA have the upper hand or EA Games? Is brand name more important for you or the gaming experience? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. We'll see you in the next one.